present the PTC Judges' Choice Outstanding Industry Champion Award to Mr. Marc Halbfinger, CEO of Console Connect.
Hello and welcome to PTC's Dig into the Future. I'm João Marques Lima, editor of the Tech Capital, and joining me now to discuss the future of global connectivity is Marc Halbfinger, CEO of Console Connect. Marc, pleasure seeing you here.
Good to see you.
Let's talk about the market. You've seen the market shift over all those editions over the years.
Yes.
But now we're entering a new phase. I mean, it seems like this is going to be as big, if not bigger, than the invention of the internet, the mobile phone, everything that we've seen before. When it comes to digital infrastructure, how do you see the digital infrastructure change over the next 36 months on the back of things like AI, the bigger cloud adoption that we see? What's your prediction for the short to long term kind of thing?
Yeah, it's cliche, but I think that the industry, the one constant in the industry is change. And if there is one thing that we've seen always is that at every edition of PTC, there's already the new set of buzzwords, the new set of objectives. And in fact, the industry in all of its various components, the industry, by that I mean ICT, is going through consistently dramatic change, whether because of capital flows or because of technology evolution. And I think also now geopolitics to some extent is impacting some of the core components of the business. To the extent that our business is organized into B2C, B2B, and then a bit of wholesale, I think that the B2C structure has been continuously well organized, and step by step, obviously, the content providers, the large content providers are moving into that space. And the network service, traditional network service providers arguably are a distribution channel of some of the content capability there through their licenses and their networks. In the B2B space, I think that there's a grand amount of work that's taking place mostly with various SaaS providers, or let's call it applications providers, that are delivering different types of feature applications that enterprises require. An enterprise today usually will be using 40 to 60 different applications. Those need to find their way into how they're integrated for a solution. They correlate to connectivity, they correlate to power, they correlate to data centers, and all of these are impacting. In the meantime, the bankers, investment bankers and management consultants are looking for continued focus. So while the user wants to try and aggregate all these different applications and the investment bankers are trying to get the applications to focus, it's creating interesting opportunity for those who are willing to risk a new form of vertical integration.
It sounds like a positive not battle, but a positive push from both sides that drives the innovation.
We like
the
it.
Necessary capital.
We like it. We found investors from private equity who like our model, and our model is a little bit more vertically integrated than some of those that might be traditionally there. We have our layer one capacity, which is the subsea and terrestrial transmission environments. We have the global IP backbone, which is one of the larger IP backbones in the world. And now we've added to that over the years this automation fabric, which allows the automation of a connection experience. It allows multiple solutions to interface to that connection, and arguably serves as a fabric to aggregate and unify a single user experience.
Okay, so you're now talking about Console Connect. You've been at the helm of the company from inception, since PCCW took over, or acquired, launched.
Well, let me organize that. Yeah. Let me organize that for you.
Just give us an idea of how the brand came along.
PCCW Global was a global network that was built off of the back of HKT's investment in our business. We acquired a IP backbone in the United States, AS3491, many years ago. We built that into a large global network. At the end of 2017, we acquired a company called Console Connect. So PCCW Global was originally a network company that was sitting with transmission and IP, and we acquired a software-capable company that was providing automated access to cloud, seeking at that time to bypass the internet. The acquisition of Console Connect got us to reshape our thought process from network-based behavior to software-based behavior. And we took a decision to take the Console Connect capability and make it our own. And that is to say, emotionally, culturally in the business, we told people that Console Connect was actually acquiring PCCW Global instead of the other way around. And we put software engineers and network engineers together, and we said to the software guys that had built Console Connect, now you have a network, what are you going to do with it? And they said, well, we would automate it, we would orchestrate it and automate it. And to the network guys, we said, well, do you want to create other opportunities for interconnection into applications, into other types of environments? And putting those two worlds together has been what we've done over the last 6 years.
How do you keep innovating, and then how do you navigate all these geopolitical scenarios?
Geopolitics can be viewed as a challenge, and most challenges then need to be packaged in to identify what are the opportunities and what are the risks. And I think that we've managed to do that relatively well. That network engineering and software engineering need to really be synergistic in how they deliver value to an end user requirement. And putting network engineers and software engineers together, you have to ask a network engineer, what is their greatest fear? And it's change. And you ask a software engineer, what is their greatest aspiration? And it's change. So network engineers don't want to change anything. This is actually Paul Gamp, our CTO, educated me on that. And he said when he puts the two together, it's how to manage that interface. You also ask, how has infrastructure changed? If you say the word infrastructure to someone involved in network, their mindset will immediately be to the data center, the fibers, the duct, the routers. You say infrastructure to a software engineer, he's going to be thinking about code, databases. Even the word infrastructure means different things to different people as you try and deliver that value. And it's understanding that cultural delta and the nuance of behavior in those cultures and how to put them together to a common objective, I think, is what we've been successful doing the last few years. And the outcome has been to establish Console Connect as a leading network as a service, being able to orchestrate a network, automate its delivery, offer it up from a billing point of view to the end user on an on-demand basis. So once upon a time, if we wanted to sell IP connectivity in the network, we'd have to have a salesman go and check if there's capacity with the engineer, and then go and negotiate the price, fill in a form, have it provisioned over 3 weeks, and then you would offer up a manually provisioned bill, and the service would only be good for a year or for 2 years or for 3 years. Now, we do all of that online. A user effectively self-provisions in less than 2 to 3 minutes. And they can order up the service for just a day or a week or a month or whatever they wish. Wow. And that's a major change.
So why are you planning, Console Connect-wise, why are you planning to launch this year into 2025, so the next 24 months, because I think we are now looking at the longer picture?
So first of all, it's important to understand how we're organized. We've organized behavior inside the company more like a software company. We have clearly defined program increments for feature development, product development, and delivery, very transparently organized throughout the company. Those program increments move in quarterly structures, which are delivered, and they're based around prioritization of mostly software development that we want to deliver in the value. Console Connect has created automation that allows a user to provision its own networks on an automated basis. It allows a user to provision a network to another user on Console Connect, which is highly unusual. It allows us to provision connectivity to cloud or connectivity to applications that are on net to Console Connect. And that's quite meaningful because, as we see, there are increasing demands to have various forms of automated connectivity for short periods of time on an on-demand basis. The most important one that we see now coming down the pipe is the continued evolution of IoT and therefore the mobility space. Interestingly, most mobile operators today have been more focused on B2C and delivering SIM cards to an end user. And now we're starting to see mobile operators start to engage more in the B2B space. And the importance of provisioning IoT devices or a SIM card as a secure endpoint in a cloud provision network. So most SIMs or IoT-based SIMs will provision themselves today over the public internet. Console Connect effectively allows you to create a SIM as a secure endpoint in a cloud, privately deployed.
Marc Halbfinger, CEO of Console Connect, thanks so much for talking to me. As for your home, thank you for watching or listening to PTC's Dig into the Future podcast. Until next time, thank you.